Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in for today's video. My name's Lena. Welcome to my channel. So finally, I'd like to review the new number 1 de Chanel Revitalizing Foundation, and I have one shade from the new Revitalizing Lip and Cheek Balm. I have to say it took a while for me to form an opinion around these new products because I saw some reviews and their experiences were quite different from my own. Then I realized that it's only natural because foundation is such a subjective matter, whether you have dry skin or skincare products, or do you set it with powder, do you wear sunscreen? A lot goes into, deciding whether a foundation is a good foundation for myself. This whole line is really about like skincare, and they're touting that they're growing this special camellia flower in their special garden in France, and it will give you lots of skin benefits. But I am one of those people who are quite skeptical when it comes to makeup with skincare benefits and clean or like natural ingredients. So I'm only going to review the foundation as a foundation, also the lip product and chip product as a makeup item. And spoiler alert, I like them a lot. I think especially the foundation, I could recommend this to anyone. I really can't see anybody who would hate this foundation. It might not be your ideal foundation, but I think it's really hard to dislike this foundation because it's like really overall nice foundation. But I think you have to agree with the price point, obviously. I mean, I love Chanel makeup and I have like a lot of them, but I thought $70 per bottle is like a little bit too much. Except for the Sublimage foundation. Chanel foundation ranges 50 to 60 mostly, but this one is $70. And I guess it's because of that magical red camellia flowers they grow in the special garden. But I think they better grow whatever the magic they can grow in that garden, because it's $70. And the lip and cheek balm, I am not a big fan of cream kind of product, but having said that, I really enjoy this. But this is $45 a pot. I don't like the price. I think it should be less than 45 at least. So let's get into the reviews, and after I review them separately, I will do a very simple look demo. So that's a video for today. I'm being really chatty here, but I hope you guys stick around. So let's talk about the number 1 de Chanel foundation. I have the shade BD01, and I have to say I'm extremely happy with the shade. But what is really strange to me is that I have the same shade in the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow foundation, and then that shade I didn't think was perfect at all. It was closest match for me within the Chanel foundation color range, but it has like a strong peach undertone and it always looks a little bit off on me. But then this shade, although it's the same shade number BD01, it's quite different. You will see it on the comparison swatch in a bit, but this one does not have that strong peach undertone. This one has more like a clear yellow neutral undertone, and it is quite similar to Dior foundation shade 0N, which is quite ideal for me. So I'm extremely happy with the shade because even to this day, I firmly believe a perfect, really good color match is the single most important factor to find an ideal foundation for you. And it's like light to medium lotion type of texture. And I would say the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow foundation, it's actually runnier in terms of the texture, and it's creamy, and I would say the coverage is light to medium, and Chanel says it's buildable and they recommend fingertip application, but I tried different method like a fingertip, brushes, makeup sponges. I think one of the biggest merits of this foundation is that it doesn't really matter what type of application method you use. It applied really evenly and nicely. It wouldn't give you the full coverage or anything like that. You will still see your age spots and freckles or imperfections. It does not have blurring effect either, but finish is extremely natural and slightly satiny. I would not characterize this foundation as a glowy foundation because even on my normal skin, even after I applied a ton of like skincare product, the finish never looked quite glowy. Maybe it's because it's in the middle of winter, I don't know, but I still thought Chanel Healthy Glow Foundation has more glow to the finish. One time I did not set this foundation with powder at all, and then it just wore beautifully. And on that day I took a very long nap, like 2 hours or so, and then when I woke up it looked really nice, and then throughout the day it just looked really nice and natural and consistent for long hours. And now let's talk about the lip and cheek balm. So I got the shade number 1, Red Camellia. I thought it was most classic color for, you know, lip and cheek rouge that is in a like pot like this. But I just wish it wasn't $45, and probably that's because I am not a cream product person. That's why I only picked up one color. Of course I was curious, but I just knew that I am not that minimalistic when it comes to makeup, and I just knew that I wouldn't be reaching for this all the time. And having said that, I'm not a cream you know, product person. I think formulation of this one is really nice. And I have to say, when it comes to multi-purpose products, it's really hard to nail both. Either you like it on your cheeks or you like it better on your lips, but I have to say this is quite nice for both lip and cheeks. Even over powder set complexion, I think this one applies quite nicely and easy to blend. The color is quite beautiful. It's a classic cherry red with a hint of pink, and it's a perfect winter type of shade. And on the lips, I wouldn't say it's like glossy or juicy or anything like that. It gives good color payoff, and it doesn't taste like anything. It feels very comfortable, hydrating on the lips. I didn't think I would reach for it that often, but I've been wearing this quite a lot. So good product. If you like a cream product and if you are into minimalistic makeup style, I would say go for it. So overall, I think they're really great. They're nice products. I like the foundation, especially how it performs, how it wears on my skin, how it wears off, and the shade. I am extremely happy with the shade. And the pot rouge, I think the formulation is really nicely done, although I can think about something you know, affordable with a similar effect. I don't know if you're familiar, but there is this Japanese drugstore brand called Can Make, and they have been making this really affordable, adorable cream cheek product, and there's a certain shade called Clear Red Heart that I used to own, and then the color is almost identical. How they perform, how they look on the cheeks, it's quite similar, and that cream cheek product is only $10. Yeah, so I think these are really great addition to the existing Chanel line, and most importantly, Chanel, you know, wanting to be more sustainable, I think is quite meaningful. I mean, it's not a new concept. Not to mention, you know, using camellia in skincare product is not a new concept either. But I think it's important. You know, we want to be sustainable and harmonious with the nature and everything. So I think it's quite meaningful lunch and nice. So I have my reservation whether this makeup product has long-term skin benefits. So now I'd like to show you a very simple makeup demo showing you how I created this look mainly using these two new products. So I'm going to apply this foundation according to my preference, meaning that of course I'm wearing some skincare products, including this number 1, the Chanel Revitalizing Serum. You know, obviously I won't be able to tell you how much benefit I'm getting here. All I can tell you is that this is lightly fragranced with some fresh floral scent, and it's a very lightweight serum and provides a nice level of hydration. So on top of wearing this, I'm also wearing my favorite day cream and sunscreen. And as I mentioned in my review, this foundation applies no matter what kind of application method you use, I think it's one of the biggest merits of this foundation. But since using a brush is my current favorite method to apply a foundation, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to use my Zoeva number 104 buffer brush. This is very affordable and I believe this is well loved for foundation application. So let me just shake it up and just add just one pump. Just going to dot it all over my face. And I'll add a little bit more. Today I'm not trying to use a concealer if possible, so I might add another layer according to what I need. Let's see what happens. Okay. So, okay, this is the one pump with one light layer using a foundation brush. I am going to apply a little bit more in the center of my face, and because it doesn't cover any of my hyperpigmentation, but Chanel says this is a buildable foundation, so let's see how buildable it is. So this time I'm going to use my tiny makeup sponge. Okay, I didn't feel that it added that much coverage, but it still applied really seamlessly. Maybe it's because I used a sponge. I don't know, but this is actually the ideal level of coverage that I look for in foundation. I mean, I have lots of hyperpigmentation and uneven spots, especially in the center of my face, but I don't really mind that unless I am, filming for my YouTube videos or something, so that's okay. And this is one of the few foundation that I didn't feel that I must, powder it down, but since that's what I usually do when it comes to base makeup, I use liquid foundation and sometimes with a little bit of concealer, then I set it with loose powder. So I'm going to just do that, and I have noticed after trying this a couple of times, when you set it down with loose powder, this foundation wears extremely well and it lasts really well, and the way it wears off is really, really beautiful and quite gradual. Okay, I'm very happy with how my base makeup looks right now, so I'm going to apply very simple eye makeup. Alright, thanks for waiting. So now let's try that lip and cheek balm. So as I showed you, this is a very beautiful classic cherry red shade. So let me apply this on the cheek first. So it applies pretty well with fingertip application, but today I'm just gonna use small synthetic brush to blend it out because that's quicker. And as you see, it doesn't really move my base makeup, which is nice. So I'm actually applying a lot more than usual so that you can see the color from the screen. But also something like this cream product, once you apply and wait a little bit, the color always gets a little bit softer. So let's go to the other side. I kind of have a clown cheeks right now, but in a nice way, I think. So let's apply this on the lips now, and I think for something like this, I mean a cream blush that sets down quite nicely on the cheeks because it doesn't have any tack to it. I think it dried down really nicely, And this one doesn't feel dry on the lips. I think it's really nice. I wouldn't say this is like very glossy or anything like that, but it doesn't feel dry on the lips, and then it looks kind of like you can still see the sheen on the lips. So let me show you. So this is the finished look. I hope you enjoy this simple makeup demo and my little thoughts and reviews on this new Chanel items. And do let me know what your thoughts are, if you have tried these or thinking about them, or generally what your thoughts are on sustainability and natural ingredients. So thank you very much for watching this video and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you can. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.